Hey everybody, so today I am making day 2, Tuesday's dinner from the Sunday Strategist meal plan from Cooking Light. So today I'm making, what is it called? Bombay shrimp curry with coconut rice. So that's what I'm working on right now. And also the other recipe is a salad with parsley and celery and golden raisins, which is something a little different than I've had before, so I'm a little curious as to how that'll turn out. So stick with me and see how these dishes are made. Okay, so I put some oil in this pan. You can use a wok, or I have a kind of a large braising pan here, just because it's kind of more flat on the bottom and open, and I think it'll be easier with all the different ingredients. I've got it on high heat, and it's been sizzling for a while, so I'm just going to move it around a bit with my spatula. These are wild-caught shrimp. They're pink shrimp, so I don't ever buy shrimp cooked. Anytime you buy shrimp, you want to buy the raw shrimp, because if it's already cooked, when you cook it again in the pan, it's going to come out tough no matter what. It really is. So just buy the pink shrimp if you're going to serve it, just cold, like for a shrimp cocktail or something. This is actually just pink shrimp, but it's raw. It was wild caught from Argentina. Rule of thumb for me anyway is I don't use any. I don't buy any farm raised shrimp, and I don't buy any shrimp that's from China. I'm not a fan. Too many unknowns there. So I trust this product here. Ultimately you want to try and get it from the USA if possible. At least that's how I feel. But this is a good choice, I think. So again, this is just canola oil in the pan, salt and pepper on the shrimp, and as you can see, they're already curled up, and you just kind of want to press down on them. When they're firm, they're basically done. So you don't want to cook them for very long. So I'm going to remove these out of the pan here. I'm just going to grab a bowl and move on to the next step. Okay, so I removed the shrimp. I added a little more canola oil, and then I added the white onions. So I have a cup and a half of chopped white onions. Smells really, really good. Anytime onion hits the pan with some oil, it just smells really, really good. Okay, so those are in there. What does it tell me to do next? Okay, so now I'm going to add some seasoning, some salt, curry powder, and mustard seeds. I'm using ground mustard. Cinnamon and red pepper. So I'm going to grab those seasonings and put them in the pan. Okay, here is all the seasonings and stuff added. Tons and tons of seasonings. That's pretty common with an Indian dish. I've just started kind of playing around with Indian recipes, and they're really fun, I think, because they're so different, and there's tons and tons of flavor, and that's one of the greatest things about cooking, I think, is all the different things that you can make. And when you find a recipe that's just packed full of flavor, especially if it's a healthy recipe, that's great, because then you don't miss other things that you might be craving, because there's so much flavor. Okay, so moving on to the next step. Okay, time to add the water. This says to add 1 1/3 cups hot water. This is going to really sizzle. Add 1 1/3, and heat's at medium. And I'm just going to get all that good stuff from the bottom of the pan. Tons and tons of flavor. Okay, and it also wants me to add these peas and carrots, and I just got the frozen, just like the recipe called for. Add those in. And, some They're sticking. So also I had some asparagus. It doesn't call for asparagus in this recipe, but I'm adding it because I've got it and I think it'll be good with it. And more vegetables is a good thing, right? So let's pop those in there also. Okay, and just move those around a little bit, get them covered with everything. Right. Okay, so I turned the heat up to high and brought this to a boil, and I'm supposed to allow this to cook for about a minute. In the meantime, I put the coconut milk in a little saucepan here and turned that on high, and I'm also trying to get that up to a boil, which should only take maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, since there's not a lot there. Also over here, I've added a couple of, or 4 frozen egg rolls. I grabbed those from the freezer section. I don't even know, we'll probably just eat one each, but I figured I'd just cook them all now, put the other 2 in the refrigerator if we don't eat them, but that'll be an appetizer while we're waiting for our dinner. Okay, so one thing I just realized is that this recipe calls for instant rice, because it has you only putting a cup of the coconut milk into the pan, and then it has you putting a cup of instant rice into the pan. I don't buy instant rice, I buy dried rice, lasts forever. No reason why you should buy instant rice. So I have dried rice, and the rule of cooking any rice is 2 to 1, liquid to dry. So I have a cup of dry rice, so I'm going to add 2 cups of liquid. Since I already have that cup of coconut milk, I'm going to add a cup of water to that as well and bring that all to a boil. So I'm just going to pour that in here. And basically, I think the recipe just wants the rice to have a bit of a coconut flavor to it, so that will still happen. So we're bringing this to a boil. This over here has been boiling long enough, so I'm going to put that down to low. Give that a stir. Don't want it to go too far ahead. And we are waiting for this to boil, and then we will put in the rice and do what we always do with our rice, and turn it down to low. And actually, usually I put the rice in right away, actually, don't I? So let's grab that and put that in now. Okay. Because how I normally make rice is put in the rice with the cold liquid, and then bring it, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, bring it to a boil with the rice in there. Then I turn it down and then cover it. So you gotta take some liberties with some of these recipes, because, you know, you don't all the time have what they're asking for and everything, and or you don't want to buy it like instant rice. So anyways, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we are going to return the shrimp to the pan, and mix that up a little bit. It's just on low. I would say keep it on low since we're going to wait for our rice to cook, and throw a cover on top of it. Okay, so the coconut milk and water mixture is boiling now, so we're going to put this lid on and turn this down to low and let that sit for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, something like that. Check it after that to see if all the liquid has absorbed, and that's when you know your rice is done. Okay, so I just tasted this curry sauce, and I used hot curry because, you know, I wanted it to be spicy and everything. It's pretty spicy. I mean, I could definitely eat this as it is, but I do have some of this leftover coconut milk, so I'm thinking that we add a couple, like just a little bit of coconut milk to this just a little bit to cut it. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I mean, because I don't know what else I'm going to do with this coconut milk. Okay, so as you can see, the moisture is gone from the rice, so you can see that, so you know it's done. And if you take a fork here, you can fluff it up, see that it's done. And my phone's ringing. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the shrimp dish. So I'm putting together this quick salad real quick. So I've got the golden raisins here in a bowl with the balsamic vinaigrette. And we are supposed to take it over and put it in the microwave. Put it in there for a minute and 15 seconds or so. Let that go, and I guess it's supposed to, you know, plump up the raisins. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I took the raisins out of the bowl and put them in this little sieve, and that way it would drain out the vinegar, but still reserve the vinegar because we are supposed to use about a tablespoon of it, which looks like that's about what's left. So now I'm just going to put the salad together. This bowl is really hot, and when I took the plastic off of the top of the bowl, the steam that came up and everything, it was so vinegar filled. It was making my eyes water. It's quite the smell. It's still like whew. So, but I tried one of the raisins, and they're basically still sweet. They're just more soft, so they're not like crazy vinegary or anything. It's probably because it's the balsamic, so it has a little bit of a sweetness to it anyway. So this might be kind of interesting. Moving over here, I have the parsley and the celery. I can't think of words today. And you're just supposed to put that in a bowl, and I'm going to add the raisins into this bowl. Okay, I added a little salt and pepper to this reserved vinegar. Now the next thing I have to do is I have to drizzle in the extra virgin olive oil into this bowl with a whisk and combine it together to make a vinaigrette. Can't do that with one hand, so I'm going to do that real quick and show you the result. Okay, there's the result. So you just have more liquid there. It's a very, it's a vinaigrette, so it's very liquidy, but it's got a really good flavor. It's kind of mild. It's not too crazy vinegary, and you can taste the good olive oil. So you definitely want to use your best olive oil for this reason to make this this vinaigrette. So now I'm just going to drizzle some of this into the salad bowl and toss it to coat, and then it'll be ready to serve everything. Okay, and everything is plated. So here you see the finished product for the Bombay shrimp dish. I hit it with some green onions and some cilantro right at the end. As garnish, there's the rice. And here is the parsley and celery salad with the golden raisins. You can see the little raisins in there and everything. So it's a pretty good looking meal. And I will let you know how this turned out, how we liked it on the blog after we finish it. And thanks for watching, and make sure that you come back tomorrow to see what we make on Wednesday. Talk to you later. Bye.